Hello, this is Andy Lee Graham, and I'm in the Angola Carnegie Library. Thank you, Andrew Carnegie. Okay, I got on a new hat. I just got yesterday, but I'm going to talk today about my. Okay, I learned that maybe I had a heart attack. It's possible I had a heart. It looks pretty serious. I had a heart attack about 2.5 years ago, right after I got my second Pfizer COVID-19 shot. And so I'm going on an extreme diet. I don't wear hats, guys, so it's kind of thing. But this is my Make America Great Again. What's it say? It says Make America Great Again. But I think even the Kamala ought to agree with that one, right? Extreme Diet by Andy Graham. I'm calling this the Every Other Day OMAD. Okay, Every Other Day OMAD. I was watching, what's his name, Jason Fung or whatever. He's one of these guys that he's a researcher, doctor that does a lot of work on things, and he really explained perfectly the hormone type diet. Okay, then there's a hormone problem when you diet. Basically, the hormones control it. What he explained, and this really made a lot of sense yesterday, is that I'll take this hat off just so I don't have to look. It's going to shade over my head. Maybe I'll put it on backwards. That'll make the young people think I'm cool, right? Okay, so I'm looking cool. What he showed was, he said what happens is when we eat. I can't do that. Okay, so when we eat, say we lower our calorie intake, what happens is the metabolism adjusts and it keeps you at the same weight. And he pretty much is always saying that there's no way to lose weight when there's insulin in your body unless you just almost absolutely stop eating at all. Okay, I mean, so if you go down to a 300 calorie day and you are eating all day, you can still lose weight because each time you eat, you get an insulin burst. And while there's insulin in your bloodstream or whatever going through your body, it's very hard to tap into the fat stores. You have to basically clean out the glycogen and get rid of the things, get rid of the sugar in your body before the body will lose weight. So he really made sense yesterday because it's every time I've ever dieted, I had to go down to about 500 calories a day to really make it work. And if you randomly eat all day long and you eat sugar and stuff, it's really working against you. So the only way to sort of do it is to eat all protein, okay? And still, you need to almost go down to a 500 calorie meal. But if you elongate your intermittent fasting, I don't really like that term, but if you got a window of fasting. So what I'm actually fasting for a long time. I'm going to fast and basically skip a day of eating every other day. So every other day I'm going to skip. And then when I eat, I'm going to eat everything in about a 2-hour window. Okay, and I'll normally eat mostly protein, nuts, seeds, and raw vegetables. I very seldom cook vegetables anymore. The only ones I cook is string beans. Okay, but because I had a heart attack maybe a couple years ago, I guess I'm very motivated. And I think it's time. I've had on my goal sheet for almost, I don't know, let's see, about 35 years that I wanted to get six-pack abs. So I'm going to try to go for six-pack abs. That means I got to get down to, I don't know, around 10% body fat. Okay, very difficult to do, but it's worth a try, right? And no, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do it. But the motivation, because I want to get my knees done, I want to take all the stress off my legs, I want to put less weight after I get my knees replaced, and I want to take the stress off of my heart, I want to take the stress off of my body, and I carry 60 pounds of backpack, 40 on the back, and 20 on the front. I'm a very strong man. I'm 65 plus, but I got to get my heart and knees in balance, okay? And so I've been going out to the gym. I was working out at the Y. I just terminated my YMCA membership because too many old people. Okay, in my opinion, if you want to you lose weight, what you got to do is hang around with people that are in good shape, really good shape, that make you feel like you want to be part of them. Okay, this is the principle. I call it the hang around principle. You hang around with whatever you want to be in life and you become it. If you want to hang around me and be a world traveler, that's a little difficult, but that's the way you do it. Okay, but if you want to hang around with, become very healthy, you got to hang around with a bunch of very healthy people. Okay, so, people that exercise. So I'm going to change gyms after I get my knees done, maybe. But how do I do this? I get up every morning. I have a routine. I get on the scales. I'm in a good place where I kind of have privacy and whatever. And I get on the scales in front of the mirror, pretty much with no clothes on. So I have to shame myself in a way. And I think social shaming is a very good thing. Okay, so I get on the scales, I weigh myself, then I go to a piece of paper where I log in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I put the dates on it, and then I put the weight. So I'm always constantly getting feedback. When I was living in the United States for almost 20 years or whatever, I did this every day and I didn't have any weight problem. Of course, I didn't go with the SAD diet, standard American diet. I didn't go eat all the time with my mother or my sisters or my friends or whatever. The big problem on doing any kind of diet is we are social animals. Okay, so this is going to be my strategy right now to try to get it so that I can countermand. See, I got to countermand going to eat with my sisters and stuff. Okay, so in a way, what I almost have to do is if I eat with my family or whatever, I have to definitely skip one day. Or if I ate 2 days in a row, I'd have to skip 2 days. Kind of complicated to explain, but you got it every day you got that where there's no pressure, social pressure to eat with somebody else. I pretty much have to stop eating because it's the only way to elongate the time where I have no insulin in my body. Because when you have insulin in your body, all you got to do is eat one piece of food, an insulin burst, and while you're doing that, it's storing sugar and it refuses. This Jason was talking about, they gave an ongoing set of insulin to people, and they lowered their calorie intake by like 300 or 500 calories a day, and these guys got fat. Okay, insulin is the calorie storage food, but every other day, and I eat all my vegetables raw, so I go in and buy some parsley, cabbage, broccoli, celery. I eat string beans, but I cook them. But I'm trying to figure out how to eat. I ate some kale. There's all sorts of foods I try to eat. This stuff. I'm going to try asparagus. I never really ate asparagus. I'm not a vegetable person. But when I go in there, I eat quite a bit of it. Okay, so the daily, I'm writing another book. I'm writing the philosophy of book, but I'm also writing a book about my daily protocols because I have a very rigid routine. One of the reasons I can travel to 114 countries, and I've been doing it for over 26 years, is because I wake up with a routine, okay? I have a hardcore routine of how I do things. Well, that's not true. It's not hardcore, but it's a definite habit. I mean, if you get in a good habit of how you wake up, and so what I'm trying to do is to make this into a book because a lot of people wonder how I spend my day. And they think that I'm on a random vacation for my whole life. I'm not even slightly on a vacation. I get up every morning and I wake up. Don't get me wrong, I'm on an eternal vacation, but I'm not doing this debauchery thing, right? Or most people, when they go on vacation, they get drunk too much, get far enough away from their wife to have an affair. They do all those things. I'm not doing any of those things. But it's a daily protocol, and I find that to do it correctly, I need to actually even set my alarm clock, which I hardly ever set. I haven't really ever set my alarm clock in my life. But I want to make sure I wake up 2 hours before I go to the coffee club. The coffee club has become kind of an appointment. Okay, but the point of what I'm talking about today is the scenario to lose weight and I'm not really that overweight, okay? But the goal is to optimize my life. Now, I got a problem with my heart. I'll find out really soon, maybe on Monday, what's going on with my heart. Hopefully it was caused by COVID-19 vaccine and not the actual blockage of the heart. I'm actually wishing for a thing. I went to the doctor a year ago, and she wrote in there, every time he walks fast, he has 5 minutes of pain, and she didn't order an EKG. I would be way ahead if she would actually order an EKG and would have been amicable to helping me. Otherwise, she just got mad because I told her I take turmeric and garlic and ginger and capsaicin, pepper, and I did take all these things every day, and MCP or whatever. I'm dyslexic, so I'm always going to say these things wrong. But the point is this: I'm getting my diet right now is what I call every other day OMAD, and if I have to eat socially with something, I'm going to make it a 2-day OMAD, two days of not eating, and then OMAD. So what I'm trying to say is every other day I'm going to eat 1 meal a day. Every other day I'm going to eat 1 meal a day. Okay, and it's almost guaranteed I would lose weight because the science is all behind this, okay? This Jason Fung guy was really, really good. It's almost a hormone diet. Once you really get it in your head that all of gaining weight is hormonal, I think it's a lot easier. Now, the funny part is when I was 21 sitting in Ballantyne Hall in Indiana University, a guy that was in, I don't know, some sort of class told me, he says, Andy, it's really hard to gain weight with protein because the body needs sugars. So you have monosaccharides, polysaccharides, disaccharides, you got all these different carbohydrates. The body puts them into fat, but it doesn't do very good. So there's a very low insulin rush with meat. So every time I ever went on a diet my whole life, I would just start eating beef all day long or something like that, or meat. But it's a lot easier when your metabolism's high. Your metabolism goes up really high when you're cold. Metabolism is what keeps you warm. So in a way, winter would be a good time to go on a diet because you're really cold. Whatever. I've been going a lot on this hormesis thing where I go in the shower and the particular shower I'm taking right now is high pressure, and it'll wash off all my cod liver oil, and I got this mixture I put on my skin. But part of the protocol book will have that. Okay, it's going to tell all these things in chapters and all my different things, and it's just something fun and it's easy to do. That's a brain dead easy book to write. My philosophy book is much more contemplative, very more difficult. I'm going to publish that real soon. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, and I got my Make America Great Again hat on. I'm really proud to say that I'll probably vote for, Donald Trump, and I want people to stand up and be brave and say what they do, because the reason why evil exists is because a bunch of wimps refuse to have any kind of, what do you call it? They're not standing up for what they believe in. And if you don't stand up for what you believe in, you might as well just have somebody own you, okay? There's nothing wrong. You don't have to, annoy the world by preaching about Trump or something like that. But I think it's better to have a businessman run the country and the world than a lawyer and a bunch of liberal people that want to change the United States into a, I don't know what it's going to be, a cross-gender dressing country, right? It's really losing its culture. And if we keep going this way, it'll just do like the Roman Empire and end up in debauchery, okay? And that's what it's doing. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, Make America Great, and both parties should agree to make America great. Again, and I'm really tired of, every time I come back to the United States, I'm more and more embarrassed, okay? I don't know what to say about this country. It's actually becoming a much better place to live in Colombia And all these countries abroad, because their basic economies are going up and they don't have this inflation. So it's amazing. I'm Andy Lee Graham. I've lived in 114 countries, and I've been doing this for, I live in each one of these countries. I don't have any place to live in the United States, really. Which the boys at the corner were really laughing today. They're having a great laugh at me. Actually, she said, you got all this family that'll let you live with them for free. They'll feed you too much food, and you're angry. I'm not angry. I'm frustrated. I mean, I don't really want to live with my family because it's very difficult to avoid temptation because they know exactly the foods I love. Okay, I'm here and you're not. Why not? I'm in the Angola, Indiana Carnegie Library. Thank you very much, Andrew Carnegie. I know you're dead, but he put up a lot of very good libraries around the world, around the United States. It's about the only country I know where the libraries are this extensive. And we have every single little town here. There are tons of little 10,000 people towns. I mean, even Orland, which only has 400 people, has a library. The library system in the United States is the best on the planet. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. Become a Patreon if you want to talk to me about my trip to Israel or diet or anything you want to talk about.